Hello everybody, today we are looking again into the learnc++.com website that we are learning with. Today we are starting with the chapter 1.9, Introduction to Literals and Operators. It's not a big chapter, it's very simple because it only explains what literals are and operators. For the literals it just explains that what is changeable and what is not changeable. For example, the SDC out is a literal because it cannot be changed, and the other one is a variable because it can be changed. And for this example, we have an example down here, SDC out 5, and is not changeable because we print it directly out. And here we have the integer x that has the value 5, and then we print out the x with the value of 5, and it can be changed because we have given the value, and we can change it later because we defined x for the value and we can change that. Then it explains all that what I just explained here, and we come to the operators. It just explains what the plus sign is, minus sign, multiplication, division sign, the equal sign, and then the insertion and the extraction operators, how they act. And then we have here a new one, the equal sign. It's just a double equal to sign, that if 1 is equal to 2, sometimes you use that it knows when the values are both the same, the program should continue. But I think for now we don't often use that. I think it will be for later. And now it just explains how the operators work, that if you write SDC out and then 1 plus 2, you will get the output of 3. And that's all, and you can make basic mathematics with this. And here it explains what you can do with commands operator minus, that if you type this in, that you can change the value of the number. If it's minus, you can change it to plus, and if it's plus, you can change it to minus. And here you have just the example for operator plus, and that's basically it. And it's not much to say about that. We have here some more things we don't know how to use right now, but we will cover that definitely later in examples. And here we have chaining operators. You can do multiple operators after some numbers. 2 multiplied by 3 plus 4, that equals 10, and it's very easy for operators to use in programming. And then we have here return values and side effects. Yeah, we have just some commands that you can implement, but there are not that many side effects. It's like normal calculation. And this is for advanced readers, and basically everything that this chapter wanted to teach you is that that you get the right results when you type this cout inside. For example, here this results to 7, this here results to 2, this here results to 14, and this here results to 5 because we define the number 2 to 5, and then the output will be 5. And that's basically it what this chapter says. And now we can go to the next one. And now we are coming to expressions. Here it's basically more explanation about the operators and the expressions. Like we see here, expressions are meant by this 2 here, or this 2 plus 3, or this 2 multiplied by 3 plus 4, or this b, or this function 5. And those are all expressions because they do something in the program itself or in the statement itself, because the 2 will be declared to the variable a, this 2 plus 3 will be declared to b, and all this will be declared to the specific identifier. And this is why they are called expressions. And here we have some more examples, like from more expressions like hello world is also an expression because it's printed out, and hello world is a literal that evaluates the text to hello world, but it's also a kind of expression. And all those two, actually this function, we will come to functions later, but 5 is also a function because it is processed by the computer and returned back, and then it has a value that has to be calculated. And then we have here some more expressions like this 5, this 2 plus 3, and that's basically all that this code wants to say us. And the last thing we can do is to go through the quiz, so we have the last bit of understanding that we need. Oh, here we have what is the difference between a statement and an expression. It is basically the statement is the action that we want the program to do, and the expression is what the computer does in the statement itself. And here we have the answer, what he writes. The statements are used when we want the program to perform an action, the action we write, and the expression are used when we want the program to calculate a variable, so what the program does in the statement. And now we come to question 2. Indicate whatever of each following lines are statements that do not contain expressions, statements that contain expressions, or are expression statements. Okay, here expression statements. I will explain right away what that exactly is, and now we can go through it. And here we have the first statement. It's just an integer with the identifier x, and here you can just see statement does not contain an expression. This is just a variable definition. Now we come to the next one. This is a statement with an expression in it, but because we have here normal variable with the type and the identifier, this here is the statement, and here we have this part is the expression, and so it's not an expression statement. It's actually still called, it is somehow separate. The statement contains an expression. Int x is a variable definition, and the equal is part of the syntax for copying is initialization. The initializer to the right of the equal signs is an expression. Because it is separate, because we can actually separate them. You will later see that the expression statement is not separable. And here we have an actual expression statement because you cannot separate them. We have here the initializer like we have, and here we have directly the expression, and because we have them combined without a type here, this is an expression statement. And as we look, expression statements, x equals 5 is to call operator equal with the operators x and 5. The semicolon makes it an expression statement. Because we have the semicolon, this is done. This is basically all the computer has to know, because the statement ends when we have a semicolon. And then we have some extra credit. Here we have a function. We have not looked into function, but this here is a returning of a value that we want to return. So it is technically an expression. So what is it says here as well? Function calls are part of an expressions. So this is an expression statement. It is an expression statement, and not only an expression because it is a statement itself that does. It is a statement in itself that does expressions behind it. And here we have another extra credit, STC out, and then the extraction operator, the insertion operator x, and then x, and then hint operator is binary operator. So that means that this is an expression statement, because we have here the statement and directly after the expression, so it's again an expression statement. And the operator insertion is a binary operator, and because it's a binary operator, it counts to the expression. And now we have the question 3. Yeah, this is the last one. We have a little program that we have to figure out what it outputs, and here we have just simple 2 plus 3, 5. We have x is 7, and then y is x minus 2, and we want to have y that is 4. Very easy. And then we have an integer z, and then z is equal to x, and because this is no value here, or 0, and it wants to have z minus x, the result is 0, and we can see 5, 4 and 0. And just quickly, here we have a simple example for a single expression, just z equals to x, and that is enough to say that it is so, and that's how we use the expressions. And yeah, I think that's good enough for today's video. In the next video we look into our developing your first program, and we use what we just learned and maybe some more we will see in the next episode. And with that, I hope you enjoyed it or learned something watching it, and if you're still here, thank you very much. And with that, I say bye.